Art Travel, and today I'll be sharing with you how I prepared for the Camino de Santiago. So for a little bit of perspective, people spend months or even years preparing for the Camino. After all, a 550-mile pilgrimage is not something that you can complete without any sort of formal training. Or is it? It is recommended to practice walking before you start. There are plans and guidelines available to help future pilgrims ensure a smooth transition from a typical walk around the block to facing steep mountains and unpaved terrain. These preparation plans typically start with a 30-minute stroll, and about a month before your Camino, they expect you to walk anywhere from 10 to 15 miles in one stretch. And I know, that sounds absolutely insane to think about walking that much in your neighborhood. But it's actually pretty reasonable considering the average pilgrim walks anywhere from 10 to 25 miles in a day. However, this was simply not the case for my mom and I. Although we trained mentally by familiarizing ourselves with the language and the culture, the physical aspect was nearly non-existent. I mean, after all, our tough and challenging training route was a grueling 1.6-mile trek from the mall parking lot to the nearby cheesecake factory. And that was it. Then off to the Camino we went. The first day was a steep incline up the mountain to Orson, and the second an even steeper, pouring wet descent into Roncesvalles. And surprisingly, we were fine. Of course we were completely exhausted, but who wasn't? The typical Camino day for us was around 15 to 20 miles, and we were extremely fortunate to make it all the way to Santiago with no blisters or ailments. Is this to say that no one should prepare before the Camino? Of course not. It's important to know what lengths your body can handle and train accordingly. I personally am nowhere even near fit, but I took the Camino slow and steady because I knew I had the extra time to do it. I gave myself 40 days, and that was more than enough time to do it and do it comfortably. This extra time allowed for rest days and side trips to outer cities to help my legs relax. However, for those who are completing the Camino in a shorter amount of time, they'll have to walk longer and faster with little to no rest days. In cases like these, training is absolutely necessary. The Camino is a different journey for everyone who walks it, and it's important to understand yourself and your limitations and plan accordingly. After all, it is often said that the only preparation for the Camino is the Camino itself. This is Lizzie Art Travel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.